Hello YouTube and fellow resellers, my name is Kevin the Stoic Reseller, and I'm back at you with a what sold last week. I'm a day late, forgive me, I have a full-time job, took a lot out of me yesterday, I've been tired, it's what it is. If you're new here though, which I hope you got to see some new stuff, I am a part-time reseller with a full-time job and a full-time family. I do reselling of clothing on Poshmark and eBay, and kind of why you'd want to watch me is I don't promote and I have a really good success considering I'm part-time. I would say I spend about maybe 20 hours a week on eBay and work a salaried full-time position. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you want to see how I do it, you want to see how I make it work, or at least see the items that I sell, stay tuned. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment below, tell me what you think. Let's jump right into it. So we are looking at the week of January 29th through February 4th. On eBay anyways, you can see my metrics for that time span. I do keep little notes here. Let me bring over last week's so we can definitely show what transpired. So last week you can see here I had 62 items for a total net profit of $773.83. That is of course with everything expense taken out, including taxes. The great thing about this week is I sold a Holy Grail. Literally the Holy Grail of a brand, and I'm going to show you that, so stay tuned. If you want to know what it is, you may find it one day, hopefully at a garage sale, maybe at a thrift store, who knows. But let's get into it. So for the week of 129 through 24, that's a mistake, that's a typo, forgive me. eBay, we had total sales of 44, which for $2,487.40. That's very strong. That's $56.53 per item. Very much bloated by the Holy Grail item. So please take this for a grain of salt. You take this off, maybe minus, I'd probably be really close to the same amount as last week. But please note that last week I only listed, 56 items. So my store shrank between the two platforms. This week's a little different. I sourced so much that I have 13 items I'm trying to list for the majority of this week, and then it's like 12 the rest of the next 2 weeks. So, but anyways, let's get into it. My cost of goods went down a penny to $9.69. That cost me $426.36. Average sales cost is 27.8% for the last quarter. I update this every week on a quarterly basis, if that makes sense. So I just pull the last 90 days and see what my seller costs are. As a clothing reseller, 27.8% is pretty low. Most people have a much higher because they have a lower average sales price. They may not charge for shipping, but also they promote, and all of that goes into your sales costs. So anyways, that cost me $691.50. My profit before taxes is $1,369.54, or 55.06% of my total sales, which also, if you don't know, as a clothing reseller, that's extremely well. Anything over 50% is pretty damn good. I would say most clothing resellers I watch, their profit before taxes is about 33 to 37%. So anything over really 40% is stellar. 15% on is my taxes I do on the total net sales. I don't do it, if I have extra, I have extra at the end of the year. Money in my pocket, I get like a free return. 15% equals $373.11, which leaves me a net profit of eBay last week. Mind you, I'm part-time. So just last week, $996.43, or 40.06% of total sales. Poshmark was slightly better than last week, and I totally forgot to do something for you guys. So we got to take that 736, divide it by the 25, which gives me an average of $29.44. So you can see Poshmark has kind of stayed consistent with the average sales price, which is pretty good. Poshmark, I've noticed I don't get the same velocity and I don't get the same prices most of the time. But that's due to the shipping cost being non-existent for sellers. And in fact, everything you sell on Poshmark, unless you indicate free shipping, is paid like $7.90 or something like that from the buyer. So that's why the total sales per item is skewed slightly. Because on eBay, I charge shipping based on the weight, meaning like if it's under a pound, it's $6.75 or $6.50. If it's over a pound, I charge $8.75. Whereas Poshmark, it's just a flat fee. My cost of goods again, $9.69, $242.25. Poshmark is a flat 20%, so $147.20 was my fees there. Profit is $346.55 or 47.9%, which is below my goal. My goal is 50%, or really 48 to 49% would be golden. Anything above that is amazing. You take my taxes out of $110.40, leaves me a net profit on Poshmark $236.15 or 32.09, missing my goal by about 1%. So it leaves us 69 total items. That is a great number. 69. If I can hit that number every week, I'd be a happy man. Very much happy. And total net profit after taxes is $1,232.58, leaving me an average profit per item, not an average sales per item, an average clean in my pocket after taxes, profit after cost of goods, sales costs, taxes, all that jazz, $17.86 per item, highly inflated. And I'm going to show you why right this moment. We're going to start backwards because I want to keep the suspense. And if you don't like the suspense, I was going to say be me. I think YouTube might get offended by that. So why don't you just continue watching? How about that? That is not the thing. So to prove that I actually know something about something, I do sell, I guess, hard goods on occasion. I only have the capacity to ship small items like this because I don't feel like packaging massive items or super heavy items. I don't have the bubble wrap for it because I'm a clothing reseller. I don't have all the boxes for all the different sizes. I'm not equipped right now to handle more hard goods. So the smaller the item, the better. So here's a Netgear. This is a tri-band Wi-Fi range extender. I tested it out. It actually works. Contemplated keeping it, but I was like, I have really good internet, so I don't need to. But anyways, yeah, it sold pretty quick. I accepted an offer of $26 plus shipping. I paid like $3.50 for it, but when you factor in my average buy cost, the $9.69. So I'm showing this because Heyfro wanted to see my hard goods sales. I told him I bought some. Here's a Bose Remote. Sold for $24.97. Sold within about a week. So I assume people who watch J-Ride, hey, maybe you can watch me now. I can show you how to pick up these remotes. Maybe I'll even do the massagers. The ones that go and then it goes on your back. Get your minds out of the gutter. You guys are terrible. Man, can't do anything around here without you guys accusing me of having a dirty mind. Anyways, we're moving on. So I sold this, and this was my personal one. We were cleaning out my garage, and I had this. I don't have a Nintendo DS. I have nothing that plays a Nintendo DS, so I was like, shit, just sell it. And there's really no nostalgia. I mean, it's like perfectly clean, comes complete with all the inserts. Sold for $52, I want to say, and sold within a day. So if you guys can find this Pokemon game in the wild, sell it. It's amazing. And then also, I don't know why it doesn't show, but it's because it's sold on, I'm going to show you guys this. It's sold on the 4th, and I don't know why it's not a part of this. But here's something else from my personal, I guess, collection. But this is I did this on auction. Got 33 bids for $197.50. It's Pokemon Yellow version. It was just the box and the inserts. My grandmother had saved a bunch of stuff from my childhood. Yes, it does have some sentimental value to me, but at the end of the day, I don't know what else to do with it other than it sit on my shelf and collect dust. I would rather someone who's either going to pair it with the game or maybe just wants it as a display piece to enjoy it. I enjoyed the living crap out of Yellow version when I was like 9 or 10 years old, and here's the box. It was random. My grandma was in a box of stuff my grandma gave me. So yeah, it came complete with all the inserts, everything clean. The box was in pretty solid shape for being, you know, what, 25, 26 years old at this point. You know, so yeah, got $200 for that. So I'm pretty stoked about that. So let's keep it moving here, guys. If you don't know, Ryan Michael, it's a Western brand. I got $44.97 for this shirt. It's where's the tag? Here you go. It's you'll see these a lot in the silk. Silk is what you're gonna want to look for. If you can find the pearl snap silk Ryan Michaels in good, clean condition, you're talking $80 to $90. This one was just a green cotton one. Still very valuable brand. Buy it when you see it. You will make money. I sold it for $44.97. Great piece. The next item, this I got on my thrift trip when I went down to visit family in California. Got to see my favorite thrift stores. This is an Arc'teryx Modus Crew. It was like in pristine condition. Like literally brand new condition. So you know, if you don't know, here's the Arc'teryx logo. Arc'teryx and just about anything is going to sell and sell for good money. The more modern pieces will tell you exactly what it is right there. Look at that. So comps were right around $50. Someone sent me an offer of $43, I want to say. And yeah, you know, that's a damn good item. It took about a week though. It did take a little bit longer than expected, but it had a lot of watchers, a lot of lowball offers. You know, sometimes you just got to wait for the right buyer. Next is a pair of pants I may not buy again. Grail's is an okay brand. It's not anything to write home about. What set this apart was it was salvage denim, but it was Japanese salvage denim. So typically, you know, if you're looking at jeans, if you see Japanese on there and you see salvage denim, you're going to want to buy it. Any brand that has Japanese salvage denim is going to be worth some money. I had pretty much like a shit brand. I think it was... What the hell brand was it? It wasn't J. Crew. It was... I don't know. I forgot. It was a brand that I never pick up, but I saw that it was Japanese salvage denim, just a super high-end line of it. Sold for $35 in like 2 days. This took a while because Grail's is not the best brand in the world. But, you know, it finally sold. I took an offer of $47. So, just goes to show you, everything kind of sells. Ben Davis, here's a brand. If you don't know this brand, pick it up. From my understanding, they still produce it. Maybe. I haven't really been able to officially rule that they've stopped producing this. But one of my coworkers who is really into like the workwear brands says that they stopped producing the quality Ben Davis. So they might be selling Chinese garbage, which this one kind of was. But it was still a nice pant, nice work pant. Definitely gave me vibes of the 90s. But really big, really new at tags. If these were used, I would have probably sold them for like $30 to $35. If you find the vintage ones, the ones made in the United States, or their hickory striped shirts, those sell for like $80 to $100, guys. No joke. But if you see Ben Davis new at tags, pick it up. You can't lose. Here's another brand, if you guys don't know. Western Rise. Fantastic brand. This was the Evolution Pant 1.0. Doesn't sell as fast as the 2.0s, but does still sell. And sells for not even that much less money. I think it's like $5 less. But did take a little bit. And Western Rise, just $50 for a pair of pants. Guys, if you don't know, if you know, really in any genre of reselling, if you can get $50 for an item, that's pretty fucking good. Western Rise, from I believe still over 100% sell-through rate. Watch my video tomorrow. I'm going to start reclassifying some terms that I think we all should do because I think we need to stop playing mental gymnastics. So precursor to tomorrow. But Western Rise, yeah, here's the tag. You see these pants, they feel quality, they look quality, pick them up. You're not going to be disappointed. All right, here is an Australian brand named WoolX. Now, I could be wrong, and I probably am because I'm just some idiot on the internet. But I believe WoolX primarily dabbles in women's clothing. Because the 4 times that I have found it has all been women's clothing. I have not ever found it in men's. I found a jacket that sold within minutes of me listing it for 110 one time. I've sold long sleeve base layers that sold within a week. This sold within 3 days, I want to say. Had tons and tons of watchers. I was so surprised because if you look up WoolX, and unfortunately, you have to quote the Ava. And look, I even did a typo. I did Marini wool. Look at this. That explains that I am a complete idiot. I don't know what I'm doing. Why do you watch me? This is terrible. Marini wool. What was I having a cocktail? God damn, a martini with my Marini? Come on, man, get it together, Kevin. But anyways, WoolX, 100% merino wool. This was soft as frick, dude. This was high quality. But what I was getting to is if you looked at WoolX and then you quote the EVA or Ava, it didn't have 100% sell through, which was shocking. And on top of that, the prices were pretty low. This was like top of the market because this shirt was brand new in my opinion. And it did sell. It sold within 3 days for $55. So, but if you see WoolX, guys, pick it up. If it's in good shape, it's going to sell quickly. All right, moving on. We're taking too much time here. You guys are holding me up. We got G4 pants. Now, if you don't know G4, you've been under a rock. You should probably get off from under the rock because that rock is getting a little dusty and maybe mildewy. It's not a very fun place to be there. And then, make sure to wash your Dorito hands from your Netflix binge. Come on, guys, get it together. G4, here's your logo. I looked this up. I couldn't find it based off of anything. There wasn't a materials tag, so I had to go based off style. Fortunately, these are a current piece, so I was able to figure it out on their website. I found two pairs of these. This black one sold for about a week. I have like a blue one still listed for same price. $70. It's the Tour 5-pocket 4-way stretch golf pant. $70. I mean, these are great. New, if you want to buy these new, they're like $130 to $140. But yeah, G4, guys. G4 is pretty much a buy in every category that they sell in. Here's a jacket that my wife has had for a long time. While cleaning out our garage, we also kind of cleaned out our closets, started getting rid of things we don't want. That spring cleaning. We also just want to downsize. We just want to start investing in more quality items, better things that we're going to wear more often. So my wife's been stealing a lot of the stuff that I've been finding at the thrift store, which is fine with me because, Athleta, Cool, she loves those brands. And, now she's Beyond Yoga and Aloe Yoga leggings. I mean, I ain't going to complain if she's going to wear them. I mean, if you know, they're pretty nice. But, for me, it's like I got rid of a lot of my other long sleeves that I don't wear because I wear these now. Origin, this is like the most high quality garment I wear now, and they're amazing. But she's got a bunch of jackets. This has been collecting dust in the garage for 3-4 years. So she said get rid of it, and I sold it for her. It was like a insulated reversible jacket from Harley Davidson, super clean. She only wore it like a handful of times, and you can see it's just from 2007. It's just a good jacket. Sold for $60, sold within a week. Mountain Hardwear, not a brand I pick up all the time. I actually I've been experimenting with it lately. So my last thrift trip, I picked up some cargo shorts and there's a button-up. Comps were actually pretty solid. I was surprised. Button-up's going to be in my $16.97 price range. The shorts will be at $20. So, it's not going to. You're not going to make $70-$80 every time you buy this brand. What set this apart was, I'll show you. Gore-Tex. Anytime you see this, look that shit up because you're going to make some serious dough. Most often with Gore-Tex, and you pair it with a well-known brand like Columbia or Mountain Hardwear or just any other really well-known brand, it inflates the value of the item significantly. I'm talking 30-40% plus based off the generic model of it. So Gore-Tex, amazing keyword. You have to abbreviate it though. You have to do actually I must have been feeling frisky. If you do this, you might be getting yourself into a Vero situation. I got lucky, and normally you'd want to GTX that. Okay, I was feeling it. Okay, I was feeling it. But yeah, here's Mountain Hardwear logo, Gore-Tex, all this jazz, and then with just like Columbia, because Mountain Hardwear is a subsidiary of Columbia, just like there's another brand. There's Columbia, Mountain Hardwear. Someone will let me know in the comment section. But the 182 number there, that's the style number. Type that into Google, and that's how I found it's the Exposure 2 Gore-Tex. Sold within a week for, I think I accepted a $68 offer. So yeah. And we're getting into the last item here on eBay. This is a holy grail. If you find this in the thrift store, first off, this took about a year to sell. Forewarning, it took a long time. But you have to start asking yourself, would you sit on an item for as long as I did to make as much money as I did on it? So if you find this item, I'm telling you right now, one, I'm nervous as fuck selling it because it's a lot of money for a clothing item. I'm worried about returns. I'm worried about it getting lost in the mail. I'm worried about being scammed. So I sat on it for a couple days to make sure eBay didn't send me no warning. So forewarning, your eyes are going to get blurry. You might start foaming at the mouth. I'm right here with you. It's fine. Drink a glass of water. Take a deep breath. But here you go. Patagonia reversible snap tee pile military camo. It is the Mars jacket that you can only get from the military. I found this at a thrift store a year ago. It's reversible. It was in excellent shape. You have to understand that something like this, I couldn't find the typical Patagonia tag on the inside, so all I had was this, which looks completely legitimate. I've seen these before. I did have some scuffing on the logo there. This felt 100% quality. It looks just like the other ones listed. Now I didn't make $750. It sold for $639.47. And I'll tell you right now, this is the best Patagonia item I have ever found. Just forewarning you. There are other Patagonia pieces that go for hundreds of dollars. Specifically, the Rhythm Deep Pile Fleece Jacket. If you get the vintage one that's made here in the U.S., those will sell for about $400 to $500. These Mars jackets are highly, highly sought after. They are very rare. This is the holy grail of clothing items. I understand that there are items that are worth maybe $1,000+ You are never finding those. Just being very, very fucking blatant with you. These, you actually have a slim chance because there are so many people in the military. There are so many people that had the opportunity to get these. This is a potential. This is an everyday person item that you have an opportunity of finding at a garage sale, at a thrift store. It's Patagonia. Guys, I sat on this for a year, but I made over $600 sale on this. This is a holy grail. So, if I get a return or something like that, I'll let you guys know. I'm still super nervous. I shipped it in a flat rate box, paid for extra insurance. I was taking zero chances. This is getting to the buyer. or the freaking post office is paying my ass. So, anyways, I digress. There you go, guys. Holy Grail. Goes to show you I'm not a complete idiot, just an ordinary idiot. So, what is it, like a half idiot? Something like that, right? All right, and to close it off, guys, I really do want to show you the Poshmark sales. Poshmark has been very strong for me. It's been actually just been stellar. I cannot. I'm actually kind of kicking myself in the ass for not doing Poshmark sooner than late last November. It actually a little bit frustrates me that I was so opposed to it, and I'm glad I started doing it because it's been a revelation. It's been a big reason why I'm able to continue my resale journey with the site issues that eBay is having. However, those haven't really affected me too much. If you guys saw last week's video about the email of death and then how Bearded Picker, anyways, I was on his live on Friday. We set it straight. Those guys are effing awesome, but they asked the real question, and I don't know if I've really portrayed the true answer. Why do I not promote? And it's not that I phrased it. I just don't want to pay eBay anymore, right? Who wants to fucking pay eBay anymore? No, what it is I did the math. So not promoting has saved me roughly 4% total in sales costs. 4% of $100,000. I did over $100,000 last year, but 4% of that is $4,000. Now I look at it. I pay $75 a month for cross-listing software and auto posture, which basically runs Poshmark for me. And that you do the math, guys. That is $900 a year as opposed to $4,000 in promoted fees. And on top of it, I take that budget, shove it into the cross-listing software, and then Poshmark not only, I get it, it's a little bit more on the final value fees, but when you factor in shipping and everything, it's fucking the same. So it's very interesting how much Poshmark has increased my sell-through in my store. I'm now for the first time seeing gradual decreases in my store numbers, which admittedly is probably not the best thing overall. You want to keep maybe around the same amount of items or slightly grow. But as a part-time reseller with limited space and limited time, it's a godsend to have something that has basically increased my sell-through rate at least 20 to 30%. And on top of that, has started covering the difference on eBay. And now eBay's actually been starting to work for me. It's been great. I'll show you tomorrow some of the numbers I've been having in February. And it's given me a newfound hope and rejuvenation to do this, to do the YouTube and show you guys that I understand some people are having problems, but you have to circumvent those problems with reasonable solutions. And Poshmark right now is a reasonable solution. So I'll show you here. So I got, just to show you what sells on Poshmark, you'd be surprised. What sells on Poshmark sells on eBay, and vice versa. And some things sell better on Poshmark than they do eBay, which is crazy. So we had some prana pants, a figs coat. Figs is something I'm not really buying anymore. I did find some pants, and I'll buy their pants. They sell for like $20, and if I can get them up for under $8, they're good. But anyways, figs coats, their trench coats do excellent. Frank and Eileen pants, if you can find this, obviously I got $108 on Poshmark of all places. Under Armour pants, those sell for $20 on eBay all day long. It's sold for $17 here. It's about what I'd sell it on eBay. Columbia pants, this had a severe paint stain on the butt. It was paint. It was blue. It was not brown. If it was brown, I probably would have stolen it still. Why not? Someone's into that kind of stuff. Okay, guys, you got to find these certain niches and sell it to them. I don't know who's into, that kind of skid streaks in their pants, but there's someone out there. Okay. Anyways, outdoor research shirt for $20, Birdwell beach breeches. I dare you to say that 5 times fast and do it in a church just so that I just want to see the pastor's reaction to that. When you say it 5 times fast to him, he might just slap you upside the head. But anyways, $43. Those are like some of the best board shorts you can find. Carbon and Cobalt sells on Poshmark, Arc'teryx, Revtown, something I'll never buy again. F these jeans. I've had them for over a year. Nike Trail shirt, just a standard Nike Trail shirt. Patagonia pants for women. Patagonia jacket for women. Pendleton, Woolrich, a Columbia shirt, Lululemon, a bundle of cool jackets. One had a flaw and the other one I couldn't identify, so I sold it cheap. A cool shirt. Travis Matthews. Like, I'm surprised because I've been picking these up and listing them for $16.97, and all of them I've bought and listed at that price I've sold. Untuckit, Young LA, which is maybe a brand I don't buy at full price. And the last item I sold was this Craig Hoppers pants that were new at tags. That was getting zero attention on eBay. So someone sent me a $30 offer. I took that right away. I was like, yeah. But anyways, guys, that is it. Oh, and I also made it to Posh Ambassador, baby. I have no idea what this means, but it says I get added stuff, and I'm doing it, guys. So yeah, you know, you guys tell me what you think. If you like this content, you like how I present these items, my top 10 on eBay, and my numbers every week, let me know down in the comments. What can I change and do differently? Maybe do better. But like, subscribe, comment below, share my videos, and until tomorrow, I will have a weekly update for eBay. Rule the day.